Let's return to the program we've been working with, but remove all the contents from the main method. Let's assume that we want to be able to generate a random item object. The best place to do that is in the item class itself. We can add a method to item that returns an item. We'll call it getItem. All we need to do in getItem is to create an item object and to initialize it. And we'll initialize it with virtually random data. We'll set the ID to 101 and we'll set the name to myItem. Then we'll return the new item we just created. In order to use that in our program, we need to call that method. And to call that method, we need an item to call it on. We can do that. We can make a local item called SomeItem and new that up. And then on SomeItem, we can call getItem, which will get our new item. And we can assign that new item to an item object, which we'll call newItem. Then we can use a WriteLine in order to display the contents of the new item. Let's run that, and the new item ID is 101 and the name is myItem, and that's just right. Now this is silly in a number of ways, but the way that really matters is that we had to create SomeItem, that is an instance of item, just to call getItem. SomeItem has no other function. We use it to call getItem and then we toss it. That's wasteful and annoying code. The solution to that is to go back to getItem and to mark it with the keyword static. The keyword static indicates this is not an instance method, but rather this is a class method. And so we don't need an instance to call it. Let's go back to our program and get rid of that instance. And instead of calling it on an instance, we call it on the item class itself. The effect is the same. When we run it, we get the same results. But the code makes a lot more sense. Now what we're doing is calling getItem on the item class, assigning the item we get back to a local item, and displaying its value.